Hello friend, now we are going to start the epithelial tissue. So, epithelial tissue is composed of epithelial cells. So, epithelial cells group together to form epithelial tissue. So, here is the epithelial cells. So, here is the many epithelial cells grouped together form the tissue. So, here is the epithelial cell. So, this is the, one epithelial cells. So, this is the intercellular space. So, there the gap between two epithelial cells is called epithelial intercellular space. So, here is the space. So, here is the space formed by the two epithelial cells or among the epithelial cells. So, in between so now we study so junction between epithelial cells. So, junction is nothing, it is just a connecting point among the epithelial cells or two cells, so or among the cells. So, this is there are various type of junction like tight junction, gap junction, desmosomes, interdigitation and intercellular bridge. So, one by one we discuss what is tight junction. So, here is the cells, there are many epithelial cells. So, in between two epithelial cells, so both plasma membrane, both membrane of the cells become fused. So, in tight junction, plasma membrane of adjacent cell fuse to form tight junction. So, here is this is the one membrane. So, this is the one membrane, one membrane and another membrane. So, another membrane and they get fused to form junction. That junction is called tight junction. So, this is the gap. Next one, gap junction. Here is the gap junction. First tight, second gap junction. So, here is the gap junction. So, this is the in between two cell space is present. That space is called intercellular space. So, this is the in this. So, there is the gap between two adjacent cells. So, in this gap a proteinous structure or proximal tubular structure are developed which help in the flow passing the ions and smallest molecules. So, this is the help in the exchange process. So, this is called gap junction. So, here is the gap junction. Next one is desmosome. So, desmosome is a dish-like structure, dish-like plate form, dish-like proteinous plate form to the adjacent cell. This is also called macula adherens, or this is called gap junction. Another junction is called interdigitation. So, both cells get interfused. So, both plasma membranes of cells get outward to form a digital structure, digit-like outgrowth develop. So, this is called interdigitation, and a small outgrowth projection occurs by the cells is called intercellular bridge. So, these are the junction which connect the membrane of the adjacent cell or help in the transport, exchange, flow, etc. So, this is related to the junction between epithelial cells. So, here is the separate structure we are going to discuss. So, here is the tight junction, they completely fused. Intercellular space, this is the intercellular space, and the proteinous structure developed, proteinous tube developed is called gap junction. In desmosomes, a protein disc-like protein structure, disc-like is called desmosomes. Desmosomes also called macula adherens, and tight junction is called zonula occludens. And here is the villi. So, it is a finger-like projection. So, this is called, if cilia is present, is called cilia. So, cilia, ठीक है, अब cilia इसके cilia भी present हो सकता है, it might be present. So, ciliated, and then it become digitase. It's called interdigitations. So, interdigitation of one cell and another cell. So, this is the digit form. So, this is all about related to the junction. and another we specialized structure of epithelial cell during the specialized function. So, one is exocytosis. So, exocytosis is just a process of cell, and the plasma membrane of cells get help in or change the configuration to expel the substance outside. This is called exocytic nature, and the process called exocytosis. Another one is endocytosis. So, endocytosis is nothing, it is just a intake of the substance or any other things or any kinds of microbes. This is the change in the configuration of plasma membrane to receive the substance, and substance come into the cytoplasm. So, there are the two category of endocytic or this process called endocytosis, and first is pinocytic and phagocytic. So, pinocytic which receive the liquid substance, in phagocytosis, so it receive the solid particles. So, this is all about related to the specialized structure as well as the junction of the epithelial cell. So, okay. So, this is, so it might be asked the question in competitive examination from the tight junction, gap junction, desmosome, interdigitation, so one question definitely would ask in NEET 2020 examination, which is going to held on 13th September 2020. So, this is the specialized tutor. So, definitely it might be asked the question. So, be prepared. So, how the question arises and would be asked. So, first one is the tight junctions. So, this is the what is tight junction. So, if you given the pictures, so suppose this is the first, second, third one, fourth one, and last is fifth one, and you have to, so detail you have to give the which type of junction is there. So, okay, thank you.